This might have been the worst possible week for Drake to drop his newest Nike sneaker. Hey, my name is Ben from Release Expert, and welcome to week 19 of my weekly release calendar video. If you're new here, I cover all the sneaker releases of the week, compile all that information into this Google Doc right here, which is in the video description. And let's start talking about everything that dropped this week. We had a ton of collaborations, and starting off, we can even talk about the Anthony Edwards Adidas Rivalry low. So as you guys know, he has the Adidas AE1s that are selling like hotcakes. Now he has a lifestyle model to wear off court. They're pretty plain. This is really based off that first colorway that he dropped with that same nickname, With Love. Now it's just a simplistic black, peach, and orange colorway. So it's pretty simple, pretty clean, $100. These should still be readily available on most of the retailer sites like Foot Locker. But moving on, that was just Monday. Tuesday onwards, we had a ton of big collaborators. So CPFM, they did a few colorways the last week of the Air Force One. In my opinion, this is a pretty boring collaboration because all they're putting on are just the letters on the side of the sneaker, but they have a white colorway as well as a black colorway. You know, this is definitely something that's considered hype, so these will sell, but it's essentially just your standard Air Force One. If you want to stand out and be a little different, this is the pair for you. The leather quality should be a little better for these pairs, but for $150, I hope the leather would be better. Moving on, so this was a pretty busy week, right? We have a bunch of GRs, LeBron 4 Eggplants, but let's talk about what happened on Thursday. So as you guys all know, the whole Kendrick Drake drama going on right now. This was a terrible time for Drake to drop his newest NOCTA Hot Step 2. Now, one thing to note, this silhouette cost $200, which was pretty insane for a pair that looks like a 90s, early 2000s pair of Fila's. They clearly did not sell out. This is the NOCTA website. And it's just terrible timing, right? It's just with this whole controversy, they maybe should have pushed back this release, but that whole rap battle drama just happened so quickly. Who would have known, right? So these are all white. It seems like people do like this silhouette. You know, prior to that rap battle, the Hot Steps were pretty popular, and it's like a chunky dad silhouette. So they should be comfortable, I would imagine. But it says if you want a pair, make sure to size up half a size. All right, so we also have JJJJound Reebok Club C. So this is one of the original collaborations from JJJJound with Reebok. On that Club C, they dropped the first ever colorway was a Club C in all leather, super premium quality. Those resell for a ton. Now they have just an all suede pack or version of the shoe, and it looks very similar to their classic leather that they dropped not too long ago. So this gray really looks like that classic leather. Reebok silhouette. Now we have 3 different colorways, all suede. It's going to be pretty hard to keep clean, to be very honest. I believe these all come with spare laces in different colors, but it's a pretty underwhelming collab, to be very honest with you guys. For $150, I do expect really premium suede, but it's still pretty pricey for just a simple everyday Club C. You're really just paying for that name brand, right? So Travis Scott came out with 2 drops this week. One was a restock from last week of the Jumpman Jack Trainer. This is just that classic colorway. Now, he did do a raffle for the University Red, that's what we're calling this one, colorway. This pair resells for a ton. I know the raffle just ended, so I think people just don't have the pairs in hand yet, but these are reselling for upwards of $1,500, $1,100 for like a smaller size. But do expect the prices to drop quickly on these, but these retail for $200. We talked a lot about this silhouette last week. It's a little underwhelming in terms of tech, but the materials seem quite premium. Now, let's see, moving on. We have, as I said, just a bunch of collaborations. We have this GR pair of Vomero. So Vomero 5s are just really popular right now, right? They're essentially took the throne of what the Panda Dunks had, or Dunks in general had, where everyone and their mothers had a pair of Dunks. Now it seems like everyone has a pair of Vomeros, but the price point of these Vomeros are pretty high. This is retailing for $180. I believe the normal pair retails for $160. So this is a $20 upcharge, and these did sell out on release day. These give me this off-white vibe. in terms of the materials used, and it just looks clean. You know, I actually tried going for a pair, did not hit. I just don't understand the inspiration behind this because it says designed by Japan, but that insole, let's see if Nike has a picture of the insole. It's a picture of Bill Bowerman, so I don't understand where the Japan aspect to the shoe is. This kind of the design font reminds me of Ambush, a Japanese boutique. So if it is designed by a Japanese collaborator or Japanese artist, they should just went with that, right? So, but nevertheless, these sold out. These are reselling for slightly above retail, so which is nice. Not many things resell that are GRs nowadays. Now moving on, see, Friday we had a ton of stuff, but we're not going to go over any of that. Let's just talk about the last release of the week. We had the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Shadow. So, you know, if this was 2016, I would be ecstatic for this pair. This is definitely one of my favorite Air Jordan 1 colorways in a high or low. I believe this is an OG. It's not the 85, but it's an OG, so that swoosh is a little smaller, but the materials look nice. I didn't hear about this being a super massively produced shoe, so hopefully the quality is not too bad. But for $140, the thing is, this shoe is probably going to go into retail because every single pair of Air Jordan 1 Low OGs have been dropping below retail before the release. So let's just actually confirm that. Let's see, Jordan 1 Low Shadow. See, 117 immediately. You know, size 8.5, 9. These are the prices are only going to drop after the release, right? Once people get the pairs in hand and stores start backdooring their pairs. This pair, you know, for maybe $100, I think it's a good value, right? But for now, 140, it's a pretty steep price for something that you know is going to go below retail. So yeah, that's all we have for this week. I thought it was a fairly decent release calendar. Last week we had a bunch of collabs, and last week was pretty busy. Same goes with this week. It might slow down because we're approaching summer. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about this week's releases in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next week.